This news update is brought to you by
Grab somebody and tell them hello. Your happiness will be connect to flow. Smile and cheer because that is we flow. Grab somebody and tell them hello. With your hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air. This is how we flow, yeah. Grab somebody and tell them this is how we flow.
It's Tuesday, October the 27th, 2015, and this is your Barbados Today morning news update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. Prime Minister Freundel Stuart is describing as simply horrible the apparent death of 75-year-old Marcelle Smith, who went missing 2 weeks ago. So far, police have been very tight-lipped about the investigations into the matter, with Acting Assistant Commissioner of Police responsible for crime, Livingston Eversley, telling Barbados Today a post-mortem would have to confirm the identity of the body, which was discovered in a ravine at the weekend in an advanced state of decomposition. However, addressing a political meeting of his Christchurch constituencies on Sunday night, Prime Minister Stuart was a lot more forthcoming on the status of the investigation, confirming that which lawmen seemed very reluctant to do. He paused to remember the family of former principal of the law school, Gillian Smith, saying his wife Marcelle had died a horrible death. With police remaining mum, Smith's brother-in-law, Sir Frederick Smith, has also given up hope that his 75-year-old relative is still alive. All he wants now is for her death to be avenged and for justice to be done. Prime Minister Stuart also expressed condolences to the families of the young women who died in a car crash on 2 Mile Hill, St. Michael on Sunday morning.
This has been a difficult day for Barbados. Yesterday morning when 5 young ladies from the parish of St. Philip got up, the sunshine was golden and the skies were blue. This morning they did not see the sunshine, nor did they see skies. Death having claimed them for its own. We can only guess at the sense of loss, at the trauma being felt by their families, and we condole with them, those families tonight, ensure that the MPs for that part of St. Philip will be doing their work to assist and to stabilize those families in these very difficult circumstances.
In other news, a senior police officer has downplayed reports of a breakthrough in the Gillian Bayne murder investigation. The decomposed body of the 18-year-old former Barbados Community College student was discovered at the bottom of a 70-foot well at Groves Plantation 4 days after she disappeared from her Curtin St. Philip home on August 12, 1996. However, Acting Assistant Commissioner of Police responsible for crime, Livingston Eversley, said yesterday he was not in a position to corroborate reports that the man held at the weekend in connection with the disappearance of 75-year-old Marcelle Smith was also a suspect in Bayne's murder. There's been another setback for policyholders in their fight for the compensation from the beleaguered Clico International Life Insurance Company. A settlement to the issue, which has been dragging on since the company's collapse in 2009, was further pushed back when expectant representatives of the policyholders and other stakeholders met last week with the judge presiding over the case. The court is to decide whether or not it approves of a proposed Barbados government plan to restructure their insurance company. However, the stakeholders left that session with the judge empty-handed. Chairman of the Barbados Investors and Policyholders Alliance, June Fowler, is not a happy woman this morning regarding the delay.
We are disappointed that the decision from the courts is taking this long. We know that the judge has a critical role to play in making the best decision for all policyholders, including Barbadians and regional policyholders. But we did not anticipate it taking this long. because now a lot of timelines that were to be met based on the Barbados first proposal will have to be pushed back. And pensioners have still not yet been receiving any pension. So it is a bit disheartening for us that we waited this long. But we're hoping, we still remaining hopeful that we can have a decision before Christmas. And a favorable one, not just a decision, but a favorable one before Christmas.
Meanwhile, Queen's Counsel Hal Gollop, attorney for former Clico boss Leroy Paris, is upset that it's been close to a year now that the High Court has failed to rule on an application for an injunction to unfreeze his client's assets.
It's most disappointing that it is almost a year since that order for freezing was made. It was made in January, so it's 10 months. And for a routine matter where injunctions are ordinarily, interim injunctions are ordinarily dealt with and discharged in a matter of days, that this thing has been going on and on and on, much to the detriment of the collect.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
Welcome back with news from the region that serious crime in Trinidad and Tobago could be at an all-time low by year end. This according to Acting Commissioner of Police Stevenson Williams, who says it's been dropping over the last few years.
The serious crimes include murders and robberies.
2009, the country hit an all-time high in serious crimes of 22,162. And 2014, we hit a 30-year low of 12,057. 2015, we continue in that direction of driving crime down. If it continues to December 31st, it will take us to a position around 10,800.
The Acting Commissioner of Police was speaking during the graduation ceremony for 77 Special Reserve Police held at the Police Academy in St. James on Saturday. He told the graduates that one of the major crime issues affecting the country was the amount of guns on the streets, adding that 83% of the murders committed are with firearms. Commissioner Williams appealed to the SRPs to be alert in tracking down the guns.
In more regional news, the Antigua Cabinet is taking a tough stance on its policy regarding the awarding of contracts to government ministries, statutory corporations, and independent government agencies. This move is designed to stamp out corruption in the public sector.
At a special cabinet meeting on Saturday, the members reaffirmed an earlier decision that all such contracts must first be submitted to the Tenders Board. Cabinet spokesman Lionel Max Hurst says this is an indication that the cabinet wants to ensure strict adherence to the Tenders Board Act. Hurst says the policy governs all contracts for goods and services entered into the country. Hurst says the policy governs all contracts for goods and services entered into the country by the different government ministries, statutory corporations and agencies. He states that contracts that do not have the blessings of the Tenders Board run the risk of not being paid.
And on the international scene, rescue efforts are being stepped up to help those affected by the magnitude 7.5 earthquake which hit remote areas of Afghanistan and Pakistan yesterday. At least 260 people are known to have died. Many more were injured. Rescue teams have been sent to remote mountainous areas where the effects of the quake are still unclear. More in this BBC report.
It was a regular school day until the powerful earthquake hit in the northern Afghan city of Talukan. 12 schoolgirls died as they tried to escape. Others were rushed to hospital. In the eastern city of Jalalabad, people were trying to come to terms with the destruction. Hospitals were scrambling to cope with the flow of injured.
My wife died in the earthquake and my son was injured. My sister-in-law has injuries to her hand and her leg.
In neighboring Pakistan, there were similar scenes of devastation in the city of Peshawar. People who've lost their homes and loved ones. It's not just the damage, but the reach of this earthquake that has sent people in India, Pakistan and Afghanistan out on the streets in a panic. Some houses were damaged in the Afghan capital, Kabul, but there were no reports of mass casualties.
And that's where we end our Barbados Today morning news update. However, you can join us again this afternoon. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper and email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune into Channel 101 on Flow TV and to Mix 96.9 FM to get all the latest news and sports. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.